Hello everybody, my name is Rob, and this is Minecraft. So I haven't beat Minecraft yet, and would like to try to see if my chances improved if I tried a mod. At first I tried RLCraft, that didn't go so well. And then I recently found this mod, Valhesia 3. I got pretty far into it and thought, you know what would be fun? If I turned this into a short YouTube series just for a little bit. So, let's go ahead and start with the base tour. I mean, so what we're looking at here is a start of mine colony, and well, that's a problem. I'll just come down here and no longer a problem. Okay, is there another problem? Yes, there is. Wonderful. You see, the thing about this mod is I believe the thing with these guys is it doesn't start off right away after you kill them, but you have to do a special thing to actually start the raid. Unless, of course, I don't have to and can get them to kill each other, which is always a fun time. Oh good, they fixed that. So, with this mod, if you, what happened to my, well, and the nearest cow is in a village, wonderful. Okay. As I was saying, so, over here we have my farming area, which is kind of a problem that it's here. In this area we have my farming area and my nether portal, but it's a problem that it's here because I recently decided that this would be the edge of the mine colony that I started, and this is going to be a pain in the neck to craft all the materials for, because I just learned how big it is. This is a warehouse. The idea was the colonists kept complaining about food, so you can give them food in one of two ways. You can either well, it's one of three ways. You can give them food, you can build a restaurant, or you can have a warehouse that stores food, and I think they can go get the food themselves. So I thought, build a warehouse and stock it full of food. I won't have to worry about the colonists' food problems anymore. So I dug out this hill using, I believe, a 5x5 tool, which is this excavating 2. And that went pretty well. And then I learned there was some other digging and excavating tools, and I thought, oh, we should go for those, because the walls for the colony, if this is the edge of the colony, then this is where the walls go, and you need to have some space in between the building and the wall because it's safer that way, and just because. because I believe the raiders that come attack the colony can climb up over the walls. So, not only do the colonists die by their own raiders, they also die by the regular mobs as well. So I thought, okay, let's build a wall. And then, because this is a mod, there's a mod in here called Create. And Create has... Where is it? It is a... Hold on. It is a... Oh, it's a chem thrower turret. Anyways, a gun turret. And a chemical thrower turret that attacks the colony raiders and any other hostile mobs. So, I thought, let's build the walls, and let's put in some turrets, and that'll keep the colonists... Well, that should keep some of the colonists from dying to mobs. So, I decided on where to put the wall. And I thought, oh, that's no problem. This is the edge of the colony. Yeah, it goes straight through my base. So everything, if I want this wall here, if we go up and we take a look at the base from above, provided there are no clouds that get in the way. Alright, and it looks good. So, it goes straight through my base. Okay? And because the mine colony buildings need to be built on a flat surface, that means this hill is in the way, and this hill is in the way, so I need to flatten two hills. My current tools are good, but I don't think they're that good. So, I need to get some better tools. Okay. So there are some better tools that can do that for me. And let's see, where's my list? I made a list somewhere. Let's see, there's a couple of stuff from Create, a couple of stuff from Botania, some stuff from Astral Sorcery. There's also TNT. There's also a Psi gun. That can do some mining. So, I want to go ahead and look at some of the other tools to see and try and go for those, just to see how difficult it is, and maybe try to get into Astral Sorcery a bit. So, hang on, let's see. Astral Sorcery has the Formation Wand and the Conversion Wand, I believe. Let's see. And then in Create, there is the... Oh, where is it? The World Shaper and the Block Zappers, as well as the Deforester and the Wand of Symmetry. And then in Industrial Foregoing, there are Infinity Tools, which can do up to 13 by 13 area, which requires a ton of power from the looks of it. And I believe there is also Mechanism has a couple tools. The Atomic Disassembler, which I have, but it's slow at what it does. So okay. I'm not running out of fuel. So, to help flatten those hills, I'm going to go for a couple of those tools. Okay, that's not on fire. Tools. And in order to protect the mine colonists, the wall goes straight through my base and straight through those hills that I need to flatten. So what am I going to have to move out of the way for the wall? Well, this front room here. This is the first little hole in the wall that I dug. I've always used spruce, but I kind of like this redwood here from Biomes of Plenty, so I went ahead with that. It was a mess with chests and barrels and torches. So, and then I cleaned all that up when I built the refined storage grid. I looked at the desks. There's a furniture mod here that has a desk, and I didn't particularly like it. But I went ahead and made my own little desk here and a chair, because this way I'm sitting at a computer while I'm away from the computer, so I'm never really away from the computer. One can dream, right? So, and this is my workbench that I use on occasion to break geodes. And that is part of the backup power, which is kind of doesn't work. And this is my tetra table, and the crafting table, and my bed, which is going to be moved into this new base. So how much of this new base, is going to have to be moved into a new area? All of it. And that's going to take a while. So I thought, well, maybe I don't have to. But I'll probably have to anyways. And it'll probably be better, smarter to do it anyways, and it'll make it into a cleaner, maybe slightly more compact area. So this is my a giant processing machine. This is from Mechanism. This is a setup that I found on YouTube, and water goes into a pressurized reaction chamber. It comes out as it is split into hydrogen and biofuel, and you get the starter from a crusher, which is any food related item. So that goes into there. The hydrogen goes into the separator. I believe that is oxygen, and the hydrogen powers my chemical thrower. I believe it powers the flamethrower and my jetpack. And the water is pumped through the mechanical pipes for the electric pump. And the backup power is provided by a thermoelectric generator. You need to have a hot source. Across from a cold source. I mean, this technically works because this uranium is hotter than the magma cube, according to the book. And it is supposed to provide power. I should probably change that. And back here is my Flux Network, which acts like which is part of the universal storage, and allows me to access my items through these terminals. Wherever I put down a terminal and add a flux point, which provides power, or a flux plug, which I believe provides access to the network. And my items are stored in this disk drive, in the storage disks. I might need to make another one sometime soon. Anyways, this is a failed experiment. I still need the frame. I thought I could make a cheaper teleporter option than the obsidian, but it still needs the frames for it, and the frames use obsidian. So anyways, this is my little processes experimentation area, and this is a sawmill that I use to get sawdust that I use to create a cardboard box, is to start a mob farm, which is back here, and of course a couple energized smelters, because you can never have enough. And this generator is gas powered from the pressurized reaction chamber, which provides the hydrogen and the ethylene that provides all the energy to all of these machines that I'm going to have to move somewhere back here, because the colony wall goes right through this area, which is the kind of an immersive engineering corner. This is where the biofuel is for my drill, biodiesel, and plant oil, which comes from an industrial squeezer, which runs off some plant-based items, which is definitely not baked potato. But I believe apples. I believe it takes apples. Let's try the cherry first. No? Okay. No to the apple. Yeah, I do know it takes raw potatoes. So let's try to grab one of those. I'll figure that out later. But anyways, it too is getting power from this hydrogen-based system. So, and this is the alloy kiln, which immersive engineering uses to grab steel, but you can grab steel from a mechanism, from a couple of mechanism ways, by crushing iron into, do I have any? Crushing iron into crushing iron into iron. Got a mess in here. First you need to crush iron into it is iron dust, and then using a metallurgic infuser, not the diamond one, not the redstone one, but one with carbon, which is carbon's empty. Oh no, it's not. I forget this all the time. Steel dust. JEI, just enough items is your friend. Okay. Metallurgic infuser. Enriched iron. And you get enriched iron. Straight from the iron bar itself, but not from the dust. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn that back into the bar. And go ahead and demonstrate this here. Okay. There we go. Okay, so it is a bar or an ingot. And that enriched with carbon, which gives enriched iron, and then you enrich that again. And that goes ahead and gives you the steel dust. go ahead and smelt the steel dust into a steel bar. And since you can double or triple or quintuple or quadruple your iron, that means you can do that. That means that, yeah, that is applicable. Well, not applicable to steel. That means you can turn that amount of iron into steel. So that's a good way to get massive amounts of steel. And I also produce my latex over here. This is another failed create experiment. This was also from a YouTuber. But I'm also powering this with mechanism as well, so I'm using spruce. Acacia is the best log. To use for that. But I have an abundance of spruce. So what this does is the fluid extractors grab the fluid from the log. You can either use the mechanism pipe or the immersive pipe, and those will pump the latex into a latex processing unit, which you then use either as its liquid form or its combined or its dry form, which is known as tiny dry rubber, and you can smelt that to get your rubber plastic production. That's right, because it's not the tiny dry rubber, it is the dry rubber, which you have to combine in your crafting grid. So that yielded about 14. And then you can go ahead and smelt this. And that is how you get your plastic for your mechanism blocks. Let's see, a seared venison, a crate, and a cherry pie. Except I don't have a chicken farm yet. I'm gonna have to add that to the list. Let's see. I can also turn it into nutritional paste or compost, which is kind of a waste, honestly. I'll just chuck that in trash. No, I keep those. I had a box for those. Always use more arrows. I have 3,642 arrows. And so, anyways, this door goes out to the farm and another portal. And I need to sleep, otherwise the phantoms will be mad at me. So, wrong door. So, that's the mechanism and the immersive engineering areas. Back here we have this stupid thing, like, took forever to get it to run. So I just plopped down here and kept it there. Might have a use for it in the future, but that's where it stays for now. And I thought I needed to build it because of ore doubling. But this little friend right here, this is your friend. You wanted a lot of netherite? you build this thing. Because what this does is this crushes the let's see, it crushes the material down to another material. Let's see here, it's crushing the sand into lime sand, and I believe something else, but I forget what. So let's see, let's take a look. Sand, pink plastic road, gray concrete, crushing. Bone meal. You occasionally get bone meal, and this is a good early bone meal start. And in case you really don't have any other method of getting bone meal, but if you want to double or triple your ores or get a lot of netherite, this is your friend. Because the netherite goes in here, comes out as sand. The ancient debris goes in here, it comes out as sand. And the, let's see, what is it? Ancient debris. Sand and netherite scrap sand. Right. Ancient debris goes in. 4 netherite scrap come out. And with a 25% chance of an extra 2. So instead of 1 well, we learn something new every day. So I guess the enrichment chamber yields 5, and crushing only yields 4, but it has an extra chance you might get 6. So I'll have to take a look at the crusher from Immersive Engineering, because you get guaranteed 6 instead of 5, or a quarter of a chance to get 6. But we'll probably have to take a look at that later. But this thing is your friend. This thing not so much, but this thing makes this thing. So this mechanical crafter here makes these. So you can't have this without that. Which is, it's not too difficult to make. I mean, couple of cogs. Well, the electron tube was a bit difficult, but not really. The brass casing, maybe, but not really. You can get brass from mechanism. Easier than you can from engineering. But the alloy kiln, it's is the way that I went, and that wasn't too difficult. You just had to go mining a bunch. So, but it wasn't really that difficult that to do. It may be a little time consuming, but and like you saw in the JI, you can put fluids here, water and lava, to do blasting and washing, but I haven't found a great use for either of that yet. Nothing that I couldn't do with mechanism. So, and in order to use all of this stuff, I needed a little bit of XP. So I had to grab a couple of villagers. So now the Minecraft community kind of takes a it doesn't like moving villagers too well, but thanks to I believe it is mechanism. I think it's mechanism anyways. You can build this mob imprisonment tool with plastic and a gas tier, which, yeah, it's. So how did I do it? Let's see. I believe I got my jetpack. I built up the stuff that I needed to get the jetpack. And then I got the stuff for the imprisonment tool. Because after you build the jetpack, flying around in the nether and trying to kill ghasts isn't that difficult at all. So it's still difficult, but you eventually get what you need, and I was able to grab a mob imprisonment tool and drop the villagers off into little pods here. And I needed the mob imprisonment tool because I needed the eyes Ender Pearl and the Eyes of Endor for another project. And I used this guy because I needed the emeralds to level up other vigilers. Because the Fletcher trades sticks for emeralds. And you can get sticks pretty easily. But in order to get those sticks pretty easily, you need a mob farm. Or you need a large amount of bone meal. And that's... In starting a mob farm, you can do it the old-fashioned way, or you can grab mob spawners in this pack with a cardboard box. So right click with the cardboard box in your hand, shift right click to remove the cardboard box, and then to collect the cardboard box, just left click, and there you have your own spawner. And you can put that spawner wherever you like. So let's see, what mode am I in? Right, so I got about 4 in here, which is not good. Okay. So those vector plates, they... Interesting bug. They push the mobs down this hole and into this room. And in this room, I shove the mobs again towards a mob crusher. But in order to get that mob crusher, I had to build a mob factory, which gave me the materials that I needed to build the crusher. So the mobs go into the crusher, their items go out of the crusher, and their experience, which is also known as essence, either gets stored, or you can shove that into a container or a dissolution chamber. And this dissolution chamber shoves the essence into bottles of enchanting. I've had this running for a while now, and I have currently 3,141. About a stack or so, I think, will get me to level 30. And I have this connected to my network with a importer. The importer takes items from blocks and puts them into your network. The exporter takes items out of your network and puts them into your box. I wanted to, since the mobs from this are various and drop various items, I wanted to put some in the system, and I wanted to get rid of some, and I wanted to smelt some down to nuggets because I was running out of gold nuggets. Because some of the machines need gold. So I was running out of gold, and I need to build a gold farm. So you can push the items from the mob crusher into a hopper, or a factory hopper, which is faster than the regular hopper from engineer's decor, and I shove it into a crystal chest, which I should probably shove it into a larger container because of this. So, and then down here I have it import the important things: the bone, the flesh, the gold, the blaze rods, and the arrows, and the potatoes, and the iron from the various mobs. And of course this is power, and of course this is connected to the cable, to the network with a bunch of cables. So what I actually need to do is to have a combiner, I believe, or a compressor. Let's see, what is it called? It is called a Right, a machine that serves as an upgrade to regular machinery, allowing multiple process upper. Okay, let's see, what is it part of? It is part of mechanism. So, mechanism. Which one of these is? Are we going to guess, or crushing, sawing, compressing? Anyways, what the compressor does is it it takes items and instead of all of these bows, it shoves the bows into each other, so there's only one bow. So I don't have this mess. I need to put a compressor back here or in front of here maybe, but in front would look, yeah. In front wouldn't look good, and I'm running out of room in the back, so maybe it'll go behind because, ow. That is probably from some sort of armor. So, I need a shield. I need a new... Wrong button. Okay, shield. There. What was that blue wood? In case you haven't noticed, I get distracted by shinies real quick. Okay. Anyways, so, and this is how I get a majority of my XP and some of my, blaze rods and other little and bones for I'll probably have bone meal for days now, so I'm pretty good on bone meal maybe, but I'll probably need to expand this because this is sporadic. And it's probably because they're not spaced correctly. So I'll probably have to expand this into floors to get optimum spawning rates. So, this goes to a village that I've found close to the base. It actually goes to this village. And like in almost every other Minecraft playthrough, if I find a village and I come back later, then the villagers are mostly dead. So I shove them into their homes and shove blocks in front of them, and then I have no dead villagers. But this time, thanks to the mob imprisonment tool, I can shove them into the pods like this. And since this mod lets you create waystones, I can go into the trading hall area that I created, and I can just, trade with all these villagers and get what I want. I'll probably move these to a more central and less messy location, and maybe try to get one or two more other librarians or the brew guys, clerics. So, and if I want to go back home, and this way, I don't ever have to come in or out of this building at all, but I can leave it blocked up. So, and I can just head back home whenever I want. So, and this is the Waystone mod, I believe. So I have two choices for XP, and I have my ender pearls for my eyes of ender, so I can find the fortress if I wanted to. And I can also use all of that XP to enchant, which I believe I almost want to make a new room to be my bedroom instead of this, because I kind of want to put the machines here or maybe below this room and have more hydrogen generators throughout the base, but we'll see what I do. And in here is the current Botania setup, but I will probably make this maybe another room wider or farther back because I can, and another room and a half because it is currently 2 rooms. I was using this area to maybe use it for an AFK fishing spot, but I don't think this works. And I was using this area to grab flowers, because I need the flowers for slime. And in order to create farm, you need slime. So you can get slime from turning wheat into flour and combining that flour with water and then dyeing that resulting dough with a green dye, which is why I needed the flowers from Botania. And you can also get slime from Botania, I think. Other ways, so I thought, and I lost, we'll get there eventually, but anyways, this didn't work. You can get slime other ways from Botania, I believe. And you can also get slime from transmutation from Astral Sorcery. So I thought about getting into that. So I thought about putting another farm here. What do you want? You have nothing. So, and I thought about putting the create farm here, but I still need slime. But there is a mob that has a chance to drop slime that I captured just a little bit ago. So I need to turn that into a mob spawner, which I believe you can. So instead of putting a farm here, I thought let's shove the new bedroom into here, and then the farm here on the other side here. And on this side, another way to get green dye is cactus paste. So, in order to get cactus paste, you need to build a cactus farm, which are pretty easy to build. So, coming back here, please get out of my face. this would be a perfect area for a cactus farm, an iron farm, maybe somewhere up here, a tree farm, and of course the create farms. And this could be the regular house area, and the rest could be the impressive or massive weird blackstone fortress coming out of the mountain. And you have this flattened terrain around it. So, and those farms would solve one of my problems, which is I'm constantly running out of food. And the potato farm does a good job, but I still need help sometimes. It needs to be automated. So, in order to automate that, I need to build a create farm or a mechanism farm or some sort of regular Minecraft farm. So, some of the things that I want to build. A cactus farm, obviously, and that'll probably be the first thing that I'll build. And then I need some sort of food source. I need to build a food farm. And then I need to build the tree farm since I'm always running out of wood. And because I decided on spruce, since I always like spruce, for the mine colony, I need a tree farm. And I saw a particular nice tree farm that I kind of prepped for. That should work. It should. And now to make your farms grow faster, you need a little extra thing that I'll get into later. I already have the mob farms, so I have plenty of bone meal for the farms. I have a blaze rod spawner, so I have my blaze rods so I can find the fortress out here somewhere. And I need to fix up the villager trader hall, or I should fix it up. And I want to get into Botania because you can get I think it's a better or a smoother flight than this. And from some of the other kinds of flight you can get from Elytra and from Astral Sorcery, this whoops, did it again. This is painfully slow compared to some of those other methods of flight. So I need to start Astral Sorcery. I would like to start Astral Sorcery. Might do that next time. I need to prep this and move all this stuff for my mine colony, so that once I get a bunch more wood, I can get that building started, get those hills flattened from the wands that I get from Botania, so that I can help my mine colony. And I'll need to move the mainframe. And to help the farms grow, I can, there's a lamp of growth that you can make with rock roots. I only have 3. But you can improve your chances with a digital miner. There's also a number of other things, little things that I want to get into like the mech armor from Mechanism. I'm gonna mess around with my base a little bit more. There's a Saigun that does a 5x5, and some other weird things that you can do that I saw. And I want to try to build those immersive turrets and get that started. And then I want to get my iron and steel farm going. And I think I want to get into wireless crafting. I seen that somewhere. So, uh, that's what I want to try to go ahead and get into in this mod pack. And I guess we'll go ahead and get into that next time. And maybe next time won't be so long. But maybe some time lapses. Maybe. If I want to do something fancy like that. So, anyways, that's what I want to try to do with this mod pack. And, you can go ahead and like the video if you want. Maybe subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.